Hey everyone, welcome to another video episode of the Michael Papinchak Show. Today I am joined by the co-host with the most, Jason Mocha. And right after I did my video yesterday about the Baltimore Bridge collapse, Jason
Yeah.
actually called me, and I just told him, I was like, dude, what's going on with this? And he had all kind of things to say that I did not know, because if you watch the video, which I'm not going to show again,
Yeah.
this isn't a speedboat. This is a cargo boat.
Yeah. It's a large vessel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like, you don't like waterboard behind it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how like it wasn't more left. Like, it was heading straight for the column.
Yes, this is what I mean. This is why it's so suspicious, because this thing was creeping along at a relatively slow speed, because they're in the harbor or the bay or whatever, and they're literally headed directly towards that support beam.
Yeah.
So there must have been something wrong. So what did you tell me last night? What they think was happening?
Well, I saw your video.
Yeah.
I don't know where did you post that? Did you post
on YouTube?
It somewhere? No, was it on Facebook?
Maybe? Oh, I probably linked it to Facebook, but it was on YouTube.
So I just clicked on it. I was, nothing else going on, and I think you were your facts. I mean, you weren't wrong, but there was a lot of conjecture.
Well, no, because I just went off the video. It was a gut reaction from the video.
Yeah. Okay, so
I didn't read like a bunch of articles, and I saw that the mayor asked people to take down the video. I saw that the ship had been.
Why does he want to take down the video?
Because it's technically showing loss of life.
Listen. There's a lot worse things happening in Baltimore. Okay, let's be honest about it. This is the least of their concerns. Baltimore. Nobody wants to go to Baltimore.
No.
Okay.
No.
Now we're in Pittsburgh. I mean, we shouldn't throw stones. Let's be
exactly.
Honest. But no. So apparently, this I guess they call him the pilot, but he's a special pilot that has experience in and out of that harbor.
Okay.
I understand. And now I heard today that ship has been having trouble for a couple weeks with power.
Okay.
If you watch that video closely, you see the ship, it loses power, it goes dark.
See, right? I mentioned it briefly in my video, that just saying, hey, it's that dark object. And you're right. Now that I think of it, that boat should be lit up.
Well, it was. If you watch the original video, it's lit up, then it goes dark, right? Okay. Then you can see it's still moving, right? And then the backup power comes on, and then it lights up again, and then right before impact, it goes dark again, and then you see the black smoke. So they had some catastrophic loss of power, and then they weren't able to
move the ship
at all, right? And then he sent out a mayday, and the guys working on the bridge apparently stopped traffic from coming on. They saved a lot of life.
Yeah, because if you watch the video, two cars, as it's coming towards the beam, two cars go by, and then all of a sudden there's no more traffic.
Yeah, so they did something.
Yes. So okay,
which helped.
So this was something that was not. Well, it wasn't a surprise for certain people. Certain people knew this was going to be, you know what I mean? As far as they stopped traffic on the bridge, the ship called a mayday.
Yeah. How does that work? Does everybody hear it?
I have no idea.
Mayday? Is that just how does that happen?
Well, with airplanes, I guess if you're on the same frequency, I don't know. Do you hear what all the other planes are talking to the control tower?
I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I have no idea. It just looked like here comes a really large vessel.
Yes,
a cargo ship from Singapore.
Yes.
Okay. It's filled, I guess 30 or 40 of these containers had hazardous material. Whatever that means.
Well, obviously.
Obviously, it always has to have hazard. It's like that train derailment.
Exactly.
Right?
It couldn't just be like, shoes or strawberries or
right.
or
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it has to be like
right.
Pepsi. It has to be a hazardous.
Right. Hazardous material. And this thing loses power, and it's just like it's like Speed 2. Remember that disaster of a movie? Like a cruise ship out of control. And Sandra Bullock's in the captain's chair or whatever. And she's trying to save the day. And it hits the one column.
Yeah.
That is like the kingpin piece.
See, that was in the video. I was like, literally, it looked like a Las Vegas casino being imploded.
Like an erector set falling. It looks so easy.
Like one tap of that pillar and the whole thing from shore to shore just collapsed.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. It was like House of Cards.
That is insane to me.
Well, somebody was like, it wasn't going that fast. Somebody at work today, they were like, it wasn't going that fast. How did it bring it down? I'm like, you know how much that thing weighs?
Yes. Yeah.
Like even if it's only going 10 miles an hour.
It doesn't matter. They're so big.
Knots.
Knots. Yeah.
Knots.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. I mean, whatever that means.
They're so.
Yeah. There's nothing you could do. But here's the thing. That water there is only 40 feet to 50 feet deep, apparently.
Okay.
So if you know that you're like losing power, I mean, can you just drop anchor and like do something? Like, what kind of measures can you take?
Yeah. So I was wondering, even without. Well, no, because even if they move a rudder. So again, I do not have intimate knowledge of the anatomy of these cargo ships.
Right. You don't like tour cargo ships in your spare time.
This isn't something that I do yet. And anyway, so I'm thinking, okay.
Not yet.
Even without power, can you at least try to steer out of the way? That's one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you drop your anchor in some kind of
Here's the thing. I can understand if it like partially grazed, like the iceberg.
Yes.
Okay. This was like a direct hit.
That's what makes it so bizarre.
It's so weird.
It turns.
And then our president says, he took the train across it many times. There's no train tracks on that bridge. I mean, what a clown. Why would he say that?
And I think he said the government's going to pay for it.
Yeah, of course.
Baltimore.
He's going to get all the votes from Baltimore.
Of course.
When something happens in East Palestine, Ohio, he's not going to go. Nobody votes for him anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Oh my God. No, that is the most amazing thing about it. Is it literally was a direct hit. What are the chances? Yeah. What are the chances with that big gap between the two pillars and the gaps on each side?
Yeah.
For it to literally go, 8 ball into corner pocket, boom.
Yeah.
Right at that pillar.
When you were a kid, did you ever play Battleship?
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, it was a direct hit to the middle of the ship. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just it's over. And I hate to make fun because it's like awful that people went down, but I mean, so many things have to go wrong for that to happen.
Yes.
Thankfully, like this was at 1 a.m. and not at like 1 p.m.
Oh, sure. Or like rush hour or like something.
That's what I mean. Like there'd be like hundreds of cars in the water. Yeah. You know what I mean? And now if you see those pictures now, the bridge is like on the like bow of the ship, or like it fell like on it.
Yeah.
Like part of the bridge. So they were saying now that crew might be trapped on that ship for 2 weeks without. They're gonna have to bring them food and stuff.
You know what? I never even thought of that.
Yeah, because they can't move because it's like a scene. It's like a crime scene, and they have to get rid of the bridge.
Yeah, how are they even going to dismantle the bridge?
I don't know. I mean, that's we got to ask somebody. We need to bring on an expert.
Yeah, we need to like we need to find someone from Stavros from Baltimore.
Yeah, we should see what he thinks about this.
Yeah, message him, be like, listen, what's the deal? Like,
Yeah.
what's the strategy?
Why the collapse?
I mean, and like,
Yeah.
there's this article floating around. The headline is, structural engineer not surprised by bridge collapse.
What does that mean?
What do you mean not surprised?
What is that? Like he expected it to happen any day? What does that mean?
Have you been telling the mayor of Baltimore that this bridge, just by one tap, can be completely annihilated?
Listen, the mayor of Baltimore looked like he didn't know where he was. He was wearing like a high school jacket, like a Letterman jacket, and he was just like, he's like, I've never seen anything like that. I'm like, yeah, nobody has. Nobody expects a cargo ship to hit a bridge.
And you want to know something? That bridge didn't even look tall enough for that to go under. I mean,
yeah,
it's hard because it's at night.
At night, yeah.
The boat was dark, and it coming towards the bridge. It was because the bridge kind of went up to for the boats to go through.
Yeah, it's not good.
And I was talking about like a drawbridge. Like maybe they need to put in like a
drawbridge.
Yeah,
this guy is talking about drawbridges. All right. I mean, listen, you're right, because your depth perception's a little messed up when it's nighttime. There's lights reflecting like off the water, and then you're not sure like how big the ship is compared to like how far away it is from hitting the thing. And then the lights kept going on and off on the ship. Like something happened on there, obviously.
Yes.
Some catastrophic problem. There's black smoke. It's like it blew its transmission or something.
Yeah, because like I don't think this is negligence.
No, I don't think so. I don't think anybody would be like, let me go hit a bridge.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
It's some guy decided to like go have a smoke or something. It just doesn't.
Isn't the time where you're pulling into the harbor the most critical time?
It's just like flying.
Yeah, landing and
takeoff and landing. 9 out of 10. The cruising part of your flight is chill.
Yeah, we just hope for the best.
Yeah, but it's the landing, and I'm assuming it's the same for ships coming into harbor. Yeah. There's bridges, there's smaller boats, there's it's not as deep. I mean,
right.
Yeah, this definitely was some kind of catastrophic. That boat had a catastrophic failure.
Yeah,
that they just could not overcome.
It's not good.
And the fact and the chances of it hitting that pillar directly when there was so much room on the other side.
Yeah. It looks like if he just went like 50 feet to the left.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah,
it would have just missed it, or who knows?
And he'd just be floating like derelict without power.
Yeah. Now look at him. He's
got a bridge on these.
It's a big ass buoy, is what it is. Just bobbing in the harbor.
It is. Yeah.
With nothing going on. I saw an article that you'll like this. I think I shared it today. It's going to impact the Jaguar Land Rover.
Okay.
I think there were some cars on it, or it's going to mess up the production. That's where those cars come into port. So they're expecting a big interruption in sales from it. I'm like, oh, this is bad. You're right. Like, why couldn't it have just been, Kleenex?
Yeah.
Or something just mundane, or
yes. Those ships always make it. The ones with the hazardous stuff, or the Bentleys, the Rolls Royces, they're at the bottom. They're at the bottom of the
it's always.
Speaking of that, I'm surprised that boat is still afloat after a bridge collapsing on top of it.
Oh, those are like double hauled. Like they can hit all kinds of things.
Okay. All right.
I don't think that's a problem. They probably went down there and inspected it to make sure, but like those cargo ships, they like those icebreaker ships and stuff, they hit ice and stuff all the time. It's not a big deal. no.
Is
The bridge
like,
was no match for the cargo ship.
no, like imagine, okay, a bridge collapses. Here's the video, and then a week of the boat just slowly sinking. You know what I mean? Just with all that cargo on it.
It's taking
And
on water. You could film a whole. Imagine what you could film on there as the water's coming in.
Oh my God. Insane. And you know, in the video, I'm like, hey, we're the city of bridges here in Pittsburgh. We got more bridges than any city except for I think Venice.
Yeah.
And it's like so when I don't know if you remember this, but when we were in college, I think a bridge collapsed in Minneapolis.
Yes.
And it collapsed on its own. And it was like an overpass bridge. I don't think it was over water, but don't quote me on that. I don't know.
I see what you're saying.
I don't know if it was over water or if it was like an overpass. Yeah. And it literally collapsed. And ever since then, Pittsburgh has been like closing bridges. Like one of the sister bridges near PNC Park was closed forever.
Yeah.
Like the 7th Street Bridge. Remember they closed down the Birmingham Bridge to the south side for a long time.
No, we had that bridge that remember it collapsed 2 years ago or whatever over West Finley.
Yeah,
whatever that was. What was that about?
Yeah, see, a lot of people don't realize in Pittsburgh, if you drive around, you might drive over a bridge without even knowing it.
Yeah,
like because not everything is over one of the big rivers. There might be a little waterway over near Shenley Park, and it's actually a bridge. It just looks like the road, but it's technically a bridge.
That's correct.
And
yeah,
I mean, there's
the Fern Hollow, right?
Fern Hollow. I had a bridge out over here on Duncan Avenue. I'm like, there's a bridge on Duncan Avenue?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't even know. But there's a little creek, a little waterway.
Oh.
That means now I have 10 more minutes of detouring through the North Hills to try to get home. It's open now.
Well, of course.
Well, it's sad, these kinds of things. And, you know, does it speak to our aging in infrastructure? Is that going to now be a major part of this coming up election? Honestly, though, I think a cargo ship versus any bridge is a lose-lose situation, regardless of how the infrastructure is.
Yeah. I was just reading, Mike, I was just looking that up. So that bridge started construction in 72 and it opened in 77. So it's nearly 50 years old.
What, the Baltimore one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, 50-year-old bridges, I mean, I don't know. What's the, like, do they check those every 6 months to make sure they're,
I'm assuming there must be some kind of inspection process for bridges. I'm assuming I mean, I would hope it would be at least every few years they go and make sure everything is sturdy.
There's a bridge when I go down to Pittsburgh or an overpass. I don't know if I think a train might be above it or something. I don't know, a track. And the beam that comes down to like the sidewalk, the metal beam, I mean, it's almost rotted all the way away.
Yeah.
Like it looks like there's nothing holding it up.
Yeah, it's scary.
Like, this is bad.
Yeah. It's
but everything's old and we have a lot of corrosion because we have all the seasons and the precipitation. Like it's really bad here.
And like in our horrible pothole, like it's just endless. Pennsylvania, at least this side of Pennsylvania, it's just constant road work. Yeah. Because of the freeze and thaw, you know, just constant, you know, and you think that freeze and thaw happens on the bridge as well.
Yo, it freezes on the bridge quicker.
Exactly. So it's not, you know, even though, we're having milder winters, I mean, you know, it's still not a great.
We had kind of a mild winter this year, huh?
Yeah, we didn't.
No,
I think we had more snow in the spring than in the winter.
Yeah, that's true. Do you see Minnesota got a bunch of snow today?
Yeah, we only, I think, had one major snow event this year where it was like legit snowing, and it only lasted a few days. I can't remember when it was, but and then we had one day a few weeks ago where I think we experienced 3 seasons in like one day.
Yeah,
it was snowing. And then it was like more mild, and then it was snowing again.
Mike, listen to this. I'm outside. This is Monday night, right? So I was like out there cleaning out my car. Okay. I was like vacuuming it out, and then I was like getting rid of some empty bottles, the usual,
Yeah.
So, um, I had like my chair out there, and I was sitting out there for a couple minutes, and I was on my phone or something, and it got like really windy for a couple minutes,
Sure.
So I'm like looking across, and there's no leaves yet, right? They're
Okay.
just starting
Yeah.
to bud, and I look across to the property, like across and to the right of me, and the shutters on the top floor of this townhome are like halfway like coming off. The wind's hitting them in a certain way where I could see the shadow of the shutter in the window.
I thought those shutters were just stuck against the.
They are, but it's loose.
They're not meant to actually be functional.
No, they're just
It's
aesthetic.
a cosmetic.
Yeah. So I was like cleaning up in the guy that rents or owns it, or I don't know. I was like, I don't know him. I mean, they're really quiet. Yeah. I said, hey, I just want to let you know, like, that shutter doesn't look too sturdy.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, there's another one that's loose too. Thanks. Walked away. I was like, you might like you park your cars under it.
Yeah.
So if a wooden shutter falls from 35, 40 feet,
it's safe light
good.
repair, safe light replace.
That's right. That's right. I'm like, hey, I'm just letting you know. He was like,
yeah.
He didn't seem like really like concerned about it.
Yeah.
I was like, it's something I'd probably be concerned about. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Well, so I have a lot of trees in my backyard.
Yeah.
But now that it's winter, it's all thinned out, and I can see my neighbor on the other, because my neighborhood's just a big circle.
You're right.
So
yeah.
I'm on the curve of the circle, so I can see the house on the other curve.
Sure.
And I'm sitting at my kitchen table, and I keep the windows open for some natural light. And I can see this thing in my periphery, like flapping. And I think, it's birds and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I look, and this guy has a tarp over a part of his roof. I'm assuming some shingles have fallen off, and this tarp is just flapping around on his roof.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, dude, four corners, man. You gotta
pin that down.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I could tell his roof is old. Because now that I'm a homeowner and have purchased a roof, an old roof and a new roof are literally night and day.
Yeah, you're somewhat of a roofing expert.
Actually, yes, I could probably sell roofs if I wanted to.
Right, you just don't install them.
I could probably install them. You know what? It was just I just became overinformed because it is a huge purchase. It's a 50-year commitment. Well, 50 years, that's okay. So roofs back in the 90s when this house was built, it was a 25-year shingle. Okay. Now it's a lifetime. And then it says a 50-year shingle.
Yeah, so I put a 40-year on mine because I don't know. I like nothing lasts, like they say. It's like a tire getting 40,000 miles.
Yeah.
Tires don't get 40,000 miles.
No.
You're lucky to get 20.
All I know is I'll never put another one on.
Yeah.
I'm buying one roof in my lifetime.
That's it. You're done.
And I don't plan on ever buying. In this house.
You're all roofed out.
That's why I spent so much time studying and figuring out all the details, because I knew this wasn't going to be like, I knew like this is a one and done.
Sure.
I have to pick the right guy, the right product, make the right decisions.
One time, get it done.
Get it done and get it done right. And
now,
you know what?
Let me ask you about your background.
Yes.
So I see that you have the TMPS show.
Yes.
Okay, the logo. That the microphone's cut off on the top.
So
can you lower it a little bit or no?
What, the logo?
Yeah, like your background. Can you lower it?
What? I don't know how. All I did was I
was curious about it.
Yeah, there's a thing where I can do a virtual background.
Yeah.
And
okay, I see. See, this is all new. This is all new to us.
This is F1. This is Melbourne Albert Park for the F1 race. And when I added the logo, this is just how it like loaded in.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the that's a little weird.
I like really have no idea. And I don't know if you can do a logo.
Yeah, I could load it in. I see it. I could load it in. Like I have to like put one in. Like, can I do this? Can you see?
Hold on a second.
All right, I change it. Can you see mine?
Just give me 1 minute. See, it only gives me so much. Hold on. See, it only gives me so much because I'm a okay.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's better, but that's better.
It only gives me see there. I can see you're a Ferrari.
Okay, so
yeah,
you can see it. So if you sent me your background, I could load it in.
Or you could do that as the automobile connoisseur.
I was just having fun with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, speaking of that, the car show season is going to be getting underway with the Ferrari Club Spring Thaw.
Yeah,
which will be in Swickley this year. When's I don't have the date memorized.
Yeah, so we're gonna have it. I think we did it at Cigars and Ash last year.
Yes,
which was great. Because they had a nice lot, like they have a nice side lot there.
Sure,
it's off the main drag. But Marco wanted to have it because he has some relationship with the brewery.
Sure.
So we're gonna have it at the brewery, and I think his wife, they have their own beer named after them.
Really?
Remember they had the honey beer.
Oh,
the bees and all that.
Yes,
they had some kind of honey beer named after them. So I wonder if they'll be serving that.
I hope so.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
What I thought we could do is a kind of car show series, just like I do the F1 stuff. Kona just arrived, but
Kona.
Kona's my puppy dog, but I can't get her up here right now. She just didn't know where I was.
Oh, I see. You're in the. Are you downstairs?
I'm in the podcast studio.
Yeah.
And so obviously, people who follow TMPS, this is a new thing we're doing. Jason's at his home. I'm at mine in the TMPS studio. This is a way for us to do video together. But I do plan on getting some long form shows going on where we're in the studio together. It's audio only. Yeah. But this is kind of something that it's kind of later at night right now. And instead of him driving all the way to my house, we can just do this to talk. And so there's a way to like share slides or like share your like screen. So I was thinking, now again, you tell me, because we don't necessarily have to mention names, but we could say, hey, this Ferrari, and show a picture of it, whether it's that specific car or just a picture of that model. And be like, hey, this certain Ferrari was there. And this car was there. And then, maybe with the Grand Prix, we can say who all the winners were. And again,
that'd be great. Yeah.
Whether we mention their names or not, that's really up. I don't want to start mentioning people's names over the internet without their permission.
No. But I think what we could do is we could just name like the year, make, model, of the car, and then go from there. I think that might be the best way to go about it. And if they're like friends of ours, I don't think they'd mind. But if we don't know the person, I don't think that's the best way to go about it.
Yeah, exactly. And that way, hey, at the Swickley show this year, these certain cars showed up, and these were the winners of the Grand Prix, and this interesting car was at the Bentley show, and that kind of thing, just to keep people in the fold.
One more Bentley show. I'm doing one more, and that's it.
Really?
Yeah, this is the last year for it.
Yeah, it's a great show, but it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and I think
it's a lot of work.
I think that it's time to do something else.
Yeah. I mean, car shows I mean, even the spring thaw, even though it happens every year, it's been getting shifted around now.
Well, yeah. So, we really should do that at the brewery's a good place, but like a winery would make more sense.
Like,
Or
what,
a
what did we?
country club luncheon or something like that.
Yeah, I think didn't we do a Narcissi winery Ferrari event?
Oh, years ago.
Okay.
Years ago we did. It was good too. The issue with the clubs, and especially the Ferrari club, is um a lot of people will wait till the day of to see the weather, and
Oh
you're
yeah.
not getting a lot of commitments, and we really only have, I think we have 49, 48, maybe 50 Ferrari club official members,
Yeah.
owners. So getting everybody on the same page on the same day is tough.
Yeah.
So we've always had trouble with that.
I remember it actually rained during for that event, and some guy rolling in a convertible.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it wasn't raining in the morning, but it throughout like the day.
right. And some people live far away. It could be
Yeah,
raining in in Lower Borough and not raining in Greensburg, right? So
exactly. Yeah.
if you're switching it up, it's kind of hard to make plans. But that's really our problem. So I always aim, like, for a Ferrari event, we try to get 20 to 25 cars would be great.
Yeah.
And then everybody usually brings somebody. So 40, 50 people
Yeah.
is kind of the aim. I think that's a good, like, small enough gathering, but everybody can talk to each other and it's still fun.
Yeah.
It's not too large. You go
Well,
to,
but
like, these other clubs, they have, the Porsche club has 400 members or whatever.
yeah.
You don't even know some of the people, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that event at Narcissi, I thought was very well attended, regardless of the rain. We had the wine slushies; they were a big hit, and they had some good food, and it was just a nice event.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, the
you know,
slushies. Oh, the
uh,
slushies are excellent.
the wine slushies, and we at the Grand Prix we have the wine slushies.
Oh, the wine slushies are really good.
Yeah, that shouldn't be allowed. That's like
I don't even like wine, and the wine slushies are a hit.
I am not a big wine guy. Red wine for sure. Excuse
Yeah,
me. I'm just not a huge fan of.
yeah.
I like a rosé.
Well, well, you're real bougie, huh?
Yeah, I like a
Yeah,
chilled rosé.
yeah. I understand. Yeah, well, yeah. Okay.
Well, you are Mr. Champagne, so
Well, I do like champagne. I'm not a drinker, but I do
yeah,
like the occasional champagne.
that is your drink of
Yeah, it's
choice
my drink of choice, and
for sure.
decisions get a little,
Yeah.
loose.
Yeah,
So
but just so you know, like for this kind of video streaming and formatting and stuff, um, you know, we could pretty much talk about anything, and
yeah,
we
this is
you know
cool.
we could even here, let me do this and then I'm going to do, it's called share screen, and then I'm going to do this, and then look, we end up in little boxes over here,
There you go.
and we can go through race results
Yeah,
or
Mike, I
talk.
haven't watched any F1 this year yet because the times have been
Yes.
weird, and honestly, like, F1's getting ridiculous with the. I know Max didn't win the last race, but
Yeah.
like, he's so dominant that
Yeah.
it's not, the outcome's almost known.
Well,
Yeah,
he's literally switched places with Lewis Hamilton in that regard,
right. Yeah.
where they're getting so far ahead. Like in this past race, Carlos Sainz at one point was so far ahead of Leclerc, he pitted and still came out first.
Yeah. Listen, I
Yeah,
don't care for Leclerc. I don't think he's that great.
yeah,
I think Sainz is a much more talented driver. Um, and he doesn't have a seat next year, which is
yeah.
insane. It doesn't
And
make
for
any sense.
for Ferrari to go, oh hey, look, the only driver we have who's beaten Red Bull is going to be the one replaced by Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But
Now,
Ferrari, they've made some. They're a calamity of poor decisions in the past, 6, 7, 8 years. They're not. I mean, look at their race strategies last year. They didn't do anything right.
Yeah, I don't really understand, and I don't really get, like, I don't know, even with all the Christian Horner stuff, Max going to Mercedes, that doesn't make any sense to me. That
I don't get it. I don't
Yeah.
get it at all.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? I mean, that's what they want. That's what they want. So I don't know what else can be done there. Like I feel bad for him. He needs a seat, but he also doesn't want to go to a second tier team. That's the problem.
I mean, Carlos Sainz and Alpine would be useless, right? It was same with like Max. Like there are certain teams that now there is a big regulation change in 2026. So who knows what the cars will be like then and who will come out on top.
No, what's the story there? What's the change?
So they are moving to more electric. So the power unit, I don't know what the ratio is now, but let's say it's 80% engine, 20%, hybrid. Like electric motor, right? That ratio is going to be so basically the electric part's going to be more. And I think a more sustainable fuel.
Okay.
Plus, actually, it might be a fully synthetic fuel. I'm not sure though. And then, of course, they always do stuff with the regulations. I'm sure the car will look a little different, and they'll have all kind of. It's all those small things that if you're a lay person, you don't really notice.
Yeah.
I don't notice if the wing is bigger from last year unless they talk about it.
Yeah, remember how they changed the pods last year?
Yeah. Oh, the pods.
Oh, they didn't
Ferrari looked like a spaceship with these huge sweeping pods. Mercedes had the zero pod with and it was a whole thing.
Oh, it's a problem.
Whole thing, they basically the commentators basically said, it was nice to have something different with the Ferrari McLaren podium.
Yeah.
And I mean, Max's car, dude, I don't know if you watched it, but as he was coming into the pit, his brake exploded.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on there.
It was on fire and it exploded.
Maybe they are trying to get Horner fired.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on there.
It's crazy. All right. Well, again, we hope everyone in Baltimore is safe.
Yes.
That was a pretty crazy event to happen.
Yeah.
And thoughts and prayers with the families. And I don't know if they have a count of casualties or fatalities. I haven't.
I don't know. I put the news on when I got home and there wasn't much on it. So
yeah.
I don't know whether there's not many updates or the news cycle moves so fast now that it's old news.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That is incredible how quickly the news cycle goes.
Yeah.
It's just one thing's a huge story today, and in a week you don't even remember it.
Like the submersible, that seems like 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ocean Gate. That literally
so far away.
It literally seems like it was 5 years ago. That is totally.
When did it happen? Like September or something?
I don't even know. Even know.
It seems like it's a recent event.
And now there are phone games where the whole point of there is literally a game that I see ads for when I'm playing like my stupid phone games.
Okay.
And it looks like the Ocean Gate submersible. And the whole goal is you have to see how deep you can go before it explodes.
No,
you could look it up.
Not right.
You can look it up, and then I guess you like upgrade your submersible until you can get it like all the way down. I swear to God.
Oh no.
I swear to God. I'm thinking, what horrible taste is that? To make it look like the Ocean Gate thing. It looks just like it. That's horrible, dude. That's not right. People die.
I've never seen that. I heard of that.
People died.
Yeah, they were fish food. And
Oh
then
my
there's
God.
games. Somebody was like, this is awful news. Let me develop a game.
Yes.
Like right away.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how quickly things move.
But for anyone who's listening, if you want to hear real, true commentary on that, James Cameron.
Yeah.
He's
he
one.
was not happy with how they continued the lie.
Yes. No, he basically said the only place this submersible was going to be was directly below.
Yeah.
Not going to be up here. It's not going to be down there.
Yeah.
It's going to be exactly where it was, below the ship.
Yeah.
And they could have found it on the bottom, imploded, probably within like the first hour. Yeah. But no, all of a sudden there's dinging on a wall and there's noises. Oh, so, maybe.
Did you hear that one? There's a what's it called? Like the water channel that sound travels through, like right below the surface of the water, or something.
What's the Gulf Stream?
I don't know. Maybe that's it. But there's this guy that is a ocean expert or something. He said, listen, that implosion was so loud that if you were listening all the way in like Puerto Rico, you could have heard it.
Sound travels in
the water. Yeah. He was like, it was such an explosion.
Yeah.
And here we are. They're looking for it a week later.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
It was only in one spot. Right. Yeah.
It'd be one thing if you could just, it's like a, double-decker bus tour to go see London.
Yeah.
But, you're going down to see the Titanic and the porthole's this big.
Yeah.
And you see this much of it.
Why even?
What? Why?
Yeah. And there's already photos of it.
Let it be.
Yeah.
It's the Titanic's old news. It's old news.
1912.
1912. Yeah. 1912.
When did the Titanic movie come out with DiCaprio? Like 97? 97. Yeah.
97. I mean, come on.
It's done. It's done.
30 years. The movie's 30 years old.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you believe that?
I mean, would it be cool to see it? Sure. But not in that level of technology.
No.
That's untested. That's what I mean. Yeah.
If there was somewhere you can go down and you had, glass all the way around or something, and you had this great view.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that'd be good. And it was proven, that you can do it safely.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go down where I got to share. There's no bathroom. You got to hold it for 10 hours. And then, it's this big. You got to like put your eye in it to look. And then this Mickey Mouse engineer thinks that carbon fiber doesn't split. Carbon fiber is not
indestructible.
It's strong in some elements, but it weakens. It's not strong forever.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
This guy, I mean, he's not going 100 feet down to look at coral reef.
Yeah.
A couple of fish.
Yeah.
He's going way down.
Yeah.
It's not like come on.
It's obviously at least one guy was a billionaire, right? That one guy. Was the other guy a billionaire?
The two guys were billionaires.
Yeah, I think the two guys were billionaires. The one brought his son, and then obviously the guy who owned the company. And then actually, well, it's I don't want to say the saddest part, but like the one guy was like the premier TikTok, the premier Titanic, like
oh really?
I think so. Look, either he was an expert in like submersibles, or he was an expert in like the Titanic and its surrounding. He was kind of like he wasn't, I don't think he was like a billionaire or something. He was someone who was like an expert in that field.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know what I mean? And to like lose him. Yeah.
It's no good, man. I don't know.
If
you have that much money, I guess you need to like entertain yourself when you have like a lot of money like that.
Yeah.
And then you start doing like weird things, and then like common sense kind of takes a back seat, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not really sure that's the move. Like, it's probably safer to get launched into space than it is to go to the bottom of the ocean.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the numbers are, but they say that we've barely explored the oceans. Really,
Yeah. The
you
ocean
know what
has
I mean?
nothing, man. I'm not a big, like, we don't really belong in the water,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
Like,
no,
humans just don't belong there.
no. We're useless underwater. Like if there's a shark,
Yeah.
if there's a shark, we don't have a chance.
No, it's not good. No.
Our bodies are not designed to be like
No.
we're not Aquaman. It's not happening.
I'm very
on that note,
anti-shark
I
attack.
think I'm gonna
I'm very anti-shark attack.
Yeah,
I'm not into it.
I am not into I'm not into it. You're never gonna see me anywhere near that
like
level.
waist deep water is good for me in the ocean.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't even go in like public pools because there's so many dirty things going on in public pools.
Listen, there's a public pool down the street. In
Yeah,
the
you said that.
It's jammed up, man. They're parking on the other side of the road. They're parking in like the grass.
Yeah. And guess what all those people are doing in that pool?
Yeah, they're peeing in the pool.
Peeing in the pool.
They're peeing in the pool. 100%.
And then some kid's like, "Hey, mom, watch me dive for these rings in the urine infested pool."
Yeah. I don't get it.
Hard pass.
Yeah, hard pass.
Kids are filthy.
Yeah.
I know some like adults are filthy. Listen, I'm at the Pens game a couple weeks ago. Do you know I have this like weird thing about cotton candy?
No.
Like, I just hate, like, it's disgusting. It's the most disgusting thing in the world.
I mean, I'll have some if it's there, but
no. Because when you eat it, it gets like on your face and then it gets like wet and like
very
matted. It's really gross. This girl next to me, this little girl, her dad's to her left, and she's going to town on this cotton candy. It's falling on the ground at the Pens game. She's picking it up and eating. And I'm like this germaphobe. I'm like, oh, it was freaking me out. And then she's like not watching the game. You know, she's like 7.
Yeah.
She's like playing on the floor. Her hands are on the ground. And I was like, come on, man. Like, you got to go hose her down.
Yeah.
It's not good. You know, and then they're trying to like unwrap the cotton candy after it got wet.
Yeah.
You know, from her mouth. And it's just great. You know, it's what a strange food.
I don't even know what cotton candy is.
It's just sugar with air.
Yeah, how does that even work?
I don't know. It's like it like spins like a yarn or something.
Yeah, I don't even know how cotton candy.
Yeah.
I don't like if I was at Kennywood when we were kids.
Yeah,
I was a big funnel cake.
Yeah, funnel. That's different.
I wanted the funnel cake.
Powdered sugar. It just wipes off.
Yeah.
You know, you can clean that up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the potato patch fries.
Yes. Oh,
you know, you got to love that.
Yeah.
And then maybe a funnel cake, you're good.
Yeah.
The cotton candy, that has like lasting effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you don't usually eat it in one sitting.
No, it's too much.
It's too much. It gets messy.
Yeah.
Then you have to like put it away because you're holding it like on like a stick.
Yeah.
So you have to like cover it back up. Then you have to uncover it.
Yeah.
And you go at it again at like a different angle. It's just awful. It's the most disgusting food item.
Yeah.
I see it and I get like cringe. Like I mean, just give me the.
Like I said, I don't know if I ever really chose cotton candy. It was more of a, I have 3 siblings, so one might have gotten cotton candy, I might have gotten the funnel cake, and then you just, you steal a little cotton candy from the sibling.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever actually sat and ate a whole bunch of cotton candy.
It's the most primitive of food items.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? It's a very like non-sophisticated.
Yeah. I gotta look up how it's made because I mean, I don't understand if you spin the sugar, would it just start sticking together?
I think you blow like air in it or something.
Yeah,
and then
I
it
don't
just
know.
Starts like,
Yeah,
listen, I'd rather not know.
Yeah.
Because it's so gross.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
right?
I'd rather just not know. But I know that when a guy's walking up and down the aisle saying cotton candy,
Yeah.
I look around and I hope there's nobody near me raising their hand to get a cotton candy.
Do you remember what stadium the Beer Here guy was? Beer Here. Remember him? He was like a legend.
That was Three Rivers.
Was that Three Rivers?
Yeah, Beer Here.
Beer Here. He was like a legend. And then I guess he went to PNC Park, I guess.
Yeah.
Or did he go to Heinz Field? I think it was PNC Park.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and then, he was like a big deal. I mean, he was like what a job. A concession, a mobile concession stand at a stadium.
Yeah, it's a very interesting. And Pittsburgh still does it old school.
Yeah.
Like they still have the guys going up and down. So now, like in more metropolitan areas, they just come take your order at your seat with an iPad, and they're like, we'll just bring it to you. What would you like?
Yeah, no.
You could say, like, you could say, I'd like a little rosé.
Yes.
Maybe a BLT.
Oh, I love
just
BLT.
Bring it down. Bring it down. Yeah.
Something I really want to try. Speaking of sandwiches, I was watching this. I was scrolling through whatever, and there's this British couple who live in America now, and their whole channel is like, here's something like, Americans and the British love sandwiches. So here is a sandwich that is very kind of like our PB&J or our BLT, right? And it's a piece of bread, and you butter it. You butter it. Then you put potato chips on it.
Yeah.
And then you could put a little mayo or something or some kind of sauce, but you don't have to. You butter the other piece of bread and then smash it together, and it's a chip sandwich. Well, for them, they call them crisps, because they're British.
Is it for like poor people?
I've never heard of a chip. I mean, I know in Pittsburgh we put French fries on sandwiches and on salad.
I'll tell you this: Mitch just puts potato chips on his barbecue chicken sandwich.
And it's the best.
But there's a piece of chicken on it.
Yeah. But this is literally a chip and butter sandwich.
No. That's not good.
And I really want to try it. And the guy used barbecue, but you can do whatever flavor you want.
Oh, so you're gonna try it out?
I'm thinking about it.
Maybe we'll do a live show where you critique that sandwich.
I make it on the show.
Yeah.
I just don't know what dressing he put on top of it. It looked like mayo, but I don't know. It was a Heinz. Maybe it was one of those Heinz. They came out with like mayo ketchup combinations.
Yeah.
I don't know what he put on it. Because they had their
give it a shot. Make one tomorrow.
I might,
Well, you can't have cheese anyway, so that's good for you. It's a cheeseless sandwich.
Yeah, if it fits the chips, like let's see what happens. All right, my man. Well, this was fun.
That's the best.
The great thing about this is we can do this anytime. You could text me, and if I'm home, it takes me 2 seconds to set this up. I send you the link, and it's rock and roll.
Yeah, I'm into it. I think it's a good way to do it. Now, it lacks the personal kind of expressions that an in-person podcast has, but it's still fun.
You don't have access to the new mini fridge.
Yeah, you know what? The mini fridge, we're chugging along, right?
Yes.
We're doing it's in the podcast number 110, 112.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, it'd be nice to have wet my beak here. I'm a little parched. And this guy's telling me, oh, we got a mini fridge is coming. Yeah. Then after we stop doing it and he moves away, he goes and buys a mini fridge.
Well, now I have the room. I have a bigger studio now.
Yeah.
Which I know I have this background. You can't even see it. I have a background on.
Wait, do you have it stocked with anything, or what's?
I got you Pepsi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll bring some water. I have the little waters. We'll put some little waters in there too.
Now,
those are good.
This one doesn't have a little freezer. It's just a fridge.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, because I remember mine in college had like a little itty bitty shelf that was like a freezer. But
we don't need that.
It was enough for like a Snickers bar,
No, we don't need that. No, as long as there's no cotton candy.
Yeah,
we're
this is a cotton candy free studio. It's just too sticky. It's gonna get in all my knobs and switches over here.
That's good. So we'll do an in-person one here shortly. So I come back I'm in New York City Monday and Tuesday for work, and then I come back. So maybe
right.
like later next week, I'll pop over one night and we'll do it in person, like a long podcast.
Great. Sounds
We'll
good to me.
We'll talk about the disaster that is the Pittsburgh Penguins.
No, my Lord, I know. All right.
All right,
All
buddy.
right. Okay, everyone, good night. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and we'll see you next time.